Outlaw Sports is brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada, and Rocky Mountain Barbecue, Alberta barbecue cuisine at its best.
Grant, with the lockout comes a shortened hockey season, as everybody knows. And there are probably a lot of people frustrated at perhaps the way their team got out of the gate or the way their team is playing in a shortened season. Now, there's a lot of elements that come into play. If you got out of it and you have to make up some ground, and it's a tough old grind for you to do that. But then you have a team, watch Boston, obviously, but you have a team like that and everyone's going, what's wrong with the Bruins? Well, they're tired. A lot of teams are tired. They've got these schedules where they have to play back-to-back games and they have to do it over a short period of time. It takes its toll on a team. A team like Boston and Philadelphia can't play their physical style of hockey all the time because it basically wears them out. Teams that have goaltender problems and find themselves behind an 8-ball, you don't have enough time to make it up. So you look at the different situations and how coaches have to address practices, morning skates. They have to get all their teams as much rest as possible. I've always hated the morning skate. They brought that in.
And there's fewer of them this year.
Absolutely. And Grant, I've always said, why bother? You know, if all trainers, and you've had personal trainers before, tell you one of the most optimum things you can do to condition your body and make it better, get enough rest. But in the NHL, they don't seem to do that. They seem to drive. Even in the playoffs, you have morning skates. Give them some rest.
Yeah, I think that's slowly coming into the mindset of hockey people now, Mike, is more rest. And we're seeing it a little bit more. There are more optional skates this year than in years past, but rest is important. But listen, we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Isn't the hockey season 99 days? It was something like that. We knew it was going to happen. So if you wanted hockey this year, this is what it was going to be. 48-game season in 99 days. That's pretty tough.
Some teams, Grant, are looking forward to the playoffs so they don't have to play
Get more rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would ever think that?
Exactly.
Even the normal regular season, 82 games over the 6 months in the NHL is ridiculous too.
Yeah.
Talk to Rich Hesketh, the strength and coordinating coach for the Flames. He has told me this a number of times. He said, NHL hockey is not the way athletes can be at their optimum best. It just doesn't happen. It's more of a wear down. Try and get your rest, as you say. It's just not right. I mean, most sports, even in football, a game a week. You build up, then you rest. You build up and you rest. Hockey, you can't even do that at best of times, and it's worse now. But you feel for those guys who are playing every second day, back-to-back games. It is brutal. What they should have done maybe is expanded the roster. Give guys more rest instead of a 22, 23-man roster. Get more guys available to play.
Yeah, and a coach really has a tough line to walk on because you try and get through this guy. Yeah, you don't want to lose all your star players, and then in a situation like this, if you get injuries in a key time, holy smokes! All of a sudden, you're in deep water, and you're just trying to survive.
Yeah, and I think coaches know what they were getting into before this season started.
Yep.
And I think now I can't wait for the playoffs to start.
Sure.
Even this short season seems kind of long right now to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to get the real season going right now, whereas you say it makes more sense with time off. The playoffs would never ever say that before.
Yeah, it doesn't, and it makes interesting for interesting hockey. If you have a certain team you want to watch, you can watch them 3 times, sometimes 4 times a week.
Here's another thing I think fans should be aware of is that we're kind of critical, and you touched on it with the Oilers, that they're really good, they're really bad, they're terrible.
Yep.
Let's make changes.
Yes.
And you mentioned the Winnipeg Jets. Tell that story too, because Winnipeg Jets beat the Boston Bruins. We're great. Bruins, you stink.
Well, it was funny. What happened was I was watching this game, and Winnipeg fans are very passionate, and I want to draw an analogy to Edmonton with this too. So you're watching this game, and everyone's pumping up their chest and screaming, hey, and the announcers say, well, the Winnipeg Jets have come into their own, and they are a respectable playoff team. They defeated the big bad Boston Bruins, and really their own destiny is in their own hands. And so after that, what happened? They just hit the skids and fighting to survive, trying to get that last playoff spot. Edmonton Oilers, on a bit of a run, Grant, defeated the Calgary Flames 8-2. and they have got the upper hand in the rivalry. Those young kids have finally scored. Maybe this is it. What do? Phew, they start believing themselves too early. I'm not early, but it's in, they get on a roll and then they think, hey, we're unbeatable.
Or it's not a true sense of who they really are.
That's exactly it. It's
but
a one.
And I agree with you.
Yep.
I think teams do that, Mike, and I think media and fans do the same thing too. It's not a realistic appraisal of that team. So you have to look at it at a broader picture.
Don't you agree, Grant, that the media just happens to get, one bad game and it's the sky is falling. The sky is falling.
One good game.
And one good game.
I talked to Mike Camilleri about that the other day in the Flames dressing room. I said to him, what is it with the atmosphere around this team that you're more exciting to watch? You get rid of veterans, you get younger players, and now you look like the team everybody thought
you should be.
You should be, or they wanted you to be. He goes like this. We win a couple of games. Yeah, we had success. So now you think we're really good? What if we go out and lose the next game by a goal?
Yeah.
Which they did. They went out and lost the next game to the Minnesota Wild by a goal. Maybe they're not that good.
Yeah.
So he's right. You have to look at things, players do, teams do, fans do, media does, over the broader picture.
Yeah. Get into the playoffs. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter how. Just get into the playoffs.
And when you're assessing a team, you have to see, okay, the Bruins played back-to-back here. They traveled all the way here. There are a lot of factors. And
a lot of factors. How teams deal with injuries, Grant. How they deal with, the rest. I mean, it's been a bad season as far as.
It's been goofy.
Yeah.
The real season will start in a few weeks. The playoffs.
Still, coaches get fired, players get traded. And it's not necessarily their fault. That's what happens.
And they want to fill buildings.
Yep.
Owners want to make money. They make decisions for the short term. Let's do something to make us better now. Maybe that's why the Steve Tambellini approach has run its course, because they got to start making money. They got to start making some moves now, and his style wasn't going to cut it.
And I think that whole thing about the media, Grant, you see a team like Dallas, all of a sudden they get rid of everybody. And all of a sudden they get on a bit of a roll, and you're going, well, okay.
Pretty good. Oh, maybe they're not that good.